The world you live in is not the world as it is. It's the world as you believe it to be. Your beliefs are not thoughts. They are commands, invisible architects of every decision you make, every risk you take, every limit you accept or refuse to. You do not act beyond your beliefs. You do not earn beyond your beliefs. You do not love, build, create, or become anything that does not first exist in your mind as a deep, unshakable belief. If you believe you're average, you'll settle. If you believe you're unlucky, you'll ignore opportunity. If you believe you're not worthy, you'll sabotage your own rise. And here's the truth they never told you in school. You are not who you are. You are who you believe you are. You don't get what you want. You get what you expect. And that expectation is born in the furnace of belief. Everything great you've ever admired, every success story, every visionary, every titan of industry or art, they believed it before they lived it. They saw it in here before the world ever saw it out there. Walt Disney saw castles and kingdoms while others saw swampland. Muhammad Ali believed he was the greatest long before the world agreed. Napoleon Hill believed in the power of thought while the world bowed to circumstance. You think these people had magic, they had belief, and belief once mastered is magic. It bends time, it opens doors, it turns invisible ideas into concrete empires. But belief must be chosen, it must be forged, it must be fought for, because the world will constantly try to program you with its belief instead. They will tell you to be realistic, to lower your expectations, to shrink your dreams to the size of their fear. But here's the question that changes everything. Whose belief are you living in? The world's or your own? Because one will chain you, the other will set you on fire. You were not born with limits. You were born into a world that taught you limits, layer by layer, word by word, through fear disguised as wisdom. Be careful. Don't dream too big. Play it safe. Be realistic. And maybe they meant well, but they were wrong, because realism as defined by small minds is just another name for settling. The truth is, your mind is a projector, not a mirror. It does not simply reflect the world. It creates it. When you believe you're capable, your brain rewires itself to search for solutions, not excuses. When you believe success is inevitable, your energy shifts and so do your results. When you believe your life has purpose, you start showing up like a person on a mission, and the world takes notice. That's not luck. That's not chance. That's alignment. Most people live on autopilot. They don't believe, they react. They don't lead, they follow. They don't ask what is possible. They ask, what will people think of me if I try? And so they shrink, they settle, they silence their voice and bury their dreams under the weight of other people's opinions. But not you, because you are here to remember something the world made you forget. You are the builder of belief, the architect of identity, the author of the story that will one day be your legacy. And if the world has given you a belief system that's small, broken, or full of fear, you have the right, the responsibility to burn it down and build something new. You can choose a new belief today, right now, this moment. Belief is not inherited. Belief is earned through decision, discipline, and repetition. You choose it. You speak it. You live it again and again and again until the world no longer questions it, because your results become the proof. When belief becomes behavior, the world begins to bend. See, it's not just what you believe in your mind, it's what you do with that belief that carves your destiny. Belief without action is just fantasy. But belief backed by relentless behavior, that's how empires are built. That's how legacies are born. That's how lives are transformed. When you believe you're worthy of success, you no longer tiptoe through your day. You walk with purpose. You speak with power. You move like someone who expects victory, not someone who's hoping for a break. Because belief turns mornings into rituals. It turns workouts into war rooms. It turns silence into strategy. People say they want change, but they behave like victims. They talk about dreams, but live like the future is in someone else's hands. That's not belief. That's begging. That's the mindset of someone who's given away the pen, letting the world write their story while they sit quietly and turn the pages. But belief says, I hold the pen, I write the script, I create what comes next, And yes, the world will resist. Circumstances will push back. People will doubt you, criticize you, laugh behind closed doors. But none of that matters. Because when belief is real, when it lives in your bones, it becomes louder than fear, stronger than doubt, and more powerful than any voice that ever told you you can't. Belief is not arrogance. Belief is alignment with the truth of who you really are. The truth you forgot the first time you failed, or the 100th time they said you weren't enough. You are not here to live in reaction. You are here to live by intention. You are not here to be a follower of fate. You are here to be a force of nature. And the first step to becoming that force, believe, then behave like it's already done, sacrifice like it, risk like it, focus like it, refuse like it, refuse the distractions, refuse the self-pity, refuse the mediocrity that begs for your comfort and your compromise. You are not available for anything less than what your future demands, because once you believe, truly believe, your future becomes non-negotiable. When your belief is unshakable, you become something rare. You become resilient, because belief doesn't just push you forward when it's easy. It holds you upright when life throws punches, when the plan falls apart, when the money dries up, when people walk away, when the doubts start crawling back in like shadows at dusk. That's when real belief speaks. It doesn't panic. It doesn't collapse. It doesn't beg. It says, I already decided. I already believed. I'm not turning back. The world watches what you do in the storm, not what you say in the sun. Anyone can look confident when the path is clear, but when it's dark, when it's lawless, when it's uncertain, and you've got every excuse to quit, that's when the true ones rise, because their belief was never rooted in proof. It was rooted in vision. They don't need results to keep going. They become the result. They embody the outcome before it even exists. That's the magic. That's the science. That's the truth. You don't wait to believe once the dream is visible. You believe until the dream becomes visible. That's how champions are made. That's how leaders are formed. That's how those overnight success stories are actually written, with 10,000 days of belief when nobody was clapping. Look around. Every building you see, every company you admire, every innovation, every movement, every revolution, all of it started in the invisible realm of belief, inside the mind of someone who refused to let reality limit them. They saw what wasn't there, and they kept seeing it until it became real. That's vision, not daydreaming, not wishful thinking, but anchored imagination, fused with action, built on discipline, fueled by belief. And here's the greatest truth of all. You are not waiting on a sign. You are the sign. You are the permission slip. You are the evidence. You've always been. You just forgot. Because life taught you to doubt. Because people told you to wait. Because failure whispered, maybe this isn't for you. But now you remember. You were born with a mind that can shape the invisible. You were born with the power to believe something into existence. And that's not poetry, that's not theory, that's reality. For the few who dare to live by it, shall we continue right into the powerful closing arc, where we drive this script into its emotional and philosophical climax. Look around you. Everything that surrounds you, every invention, every skyscraper, every business, every breakthrough, it was born in one place first, the mind of a believer. Not a genius, not a chosen one. A believer, someone no different than you, someone who saw the same limits, the same doubts, the same failures, but responded with one powerful decision: I will believe in what I cannot yet see. I will live as if it already exists. I will not wait for permission. I am the permission. That's what separates the few from the many. That's what forges greatness in the fire of discipline and desire. Not talent, not luck, belief. You want to change your life? Change your belief about what's possible. You want to shift your income? Change your belief about what you're worth. You want to rise, lead, build, create, inspire, transform? Then build the belief first, and build it every single day. Repetition creates rhythm. Rhythm creates identity, and identity becomes destiny, because here's the final truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. So build a belief system that matches the future you say you want. Speak like that version of you. Walk like them. Work like them. Think like them. Hold the line like them, even when nothing around you reflects it yet, because it will, not overnight, not instantly, but inevitably. If you believe in your vision more than you believe in your excuses, you win. If you believe in your capacity more than you believe in your fear, you win. Speak like that version of you. Walk like them. Work like them. Think like them. Hold the line like them, even when nothing around you reflects it yet, because it will, not overnight, not instantly, but inevitably. If you believe in your vision more than you believe in your excuses, you win. If you believe in your capacity more than you believe in your fear, you win. If you believe in your purpose more than you believe in their doubt, you win. So no more waiting, no more wishing, no more asking for validation. From this moment forward, you believe, you become, you build, because your life is a mirror, and it will never reflect more than what you believe you deserve. So believe higher, believe deeper, believe relentlessly, and become the one the world was waiting for.